the last time that you listened to someone genuinely? Ralph Nichols put it best. He said, the most basic of human needs is the need to understand and to be understood. And the best way to show someone that you understand them is to listen. So, what stops us, or what gets in the way of our listening? The most obvious point is it takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort to pay full attention when someone is speaking and that someone is not us. But that's just the most basic definition. That's the most basic reason. There's actually a much, much deeper reason in there. I want you to consider this. Every time when you're having a conversation with someone, there's usually two conversations happening at the same time. So there's the conversation you're having with the person you're speaking to, and then there's an additional conversation that you're having with yourself about the conversation that you're having with the person you're speaking to. And what happens is that little voice in the background that's talking, you sort of can't stop it. And I know some of you are probably thinking, what voice? That voice that's telling you what voice is the voice I'm talking about. And what this does is it limits us. This is called our internal dialogue, and it gets in the way of our listening. And to make matters worse, it's automatic. So what that does is it means when we're listening to people, we're listening to them through a filter. In our heads, we're judging, we're analyzing, we're comparing. Do we agree? Do we disagree? And whilst all of that is going on, guess what else we're doing? We're thinking about what we're going to say next. Stephen Covey said it best. He said that most people listen with the intent to reply instead of listening to understand. So the $1 million question is this: how do we become better listeners? And to become better listeners, if you've noticed, the title of my speech is Be Interested, Not Interesting. That's a sign. So we need to learn to start being more interested in others, as opposed to always trying to be more interesting for others. And the internal dialogue will be going. And when you notice the internal dialogue going, be present to it and just let it go. And when you approach someone, when you meet someone,